everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is April if you're new here, and welcome to the end of the year content. I'm going to have about 3 or 4 videos for you full of just my wrap up of 2024, and today we're going to start with the worst books of 2024. I don't even really want to talk about these books anymore. They're so bad. But I think it does help to remind myself why I hated these books, so that way I stop picking up crap like this. Let's just get right into the video, and we'll start with a DNF. Now, I don't usually include DNFs in this because most of the time I DNF books that I'm just not into, like I'm not feeling it. However, Graves by Caitlin Taylor, I DNF'd this about 41% in. And this is just a dark romance that is white choose, that is kind of deranged as well. It's a stalker romance, but also the reason why I absolutely hate this book is because the hero assaults the female main character more than once, and we're expected to then think that he's a hero? Like, he's definitely not a good guy. Like, nobody expects him to be a good guy. And he's played up as this everyone but her character. However, when he starts to get intimate with her and she says things like, "No, stop, that hurts, don't," he doesn't stop. He keeps going. He gaslights her more and more. And to me, that is a hard no. Hard no. And he does this more than once. So for me, this was not it for me at all. I do like dark-ish romance, but maybe I don't like this kind of dark romance. So when the hero does bad things to other people, I'm cool with. But as soon as he does it to his love interest and tries to pass that off as love, no. And then the next book I really disliked was Circus of Monsters. This is a Victorian era white choose with monsters in it. And I thought that was really cool. I haven't read a lot of like historical monster, erotic romance type of stuff, honestly. I really want to find one that I really like, but this was not it. She runs away to a circus, and it's kind of more like a found family type of thing. She has a relationship with many people in this circus. There's a big bad out there that's trying to get her and the other men, and the downfall of this one was that it was so incredibly boring. Boring books is the death of a book. Don't make it freaking boring. There was just a lot of talking, and there is a lot of sexy times in this, but it was repetitive and it just never ended. And there was no really big swell of the plot. Like, I need something big to happen because I'm a very plot forward, action oriented reader. I need something going on. It cannot just be character development at all. I like character development, but on its own, it's boring. It's just very boring. So this book just bored me to death, and I ended up finishing it. I don't know how, but maybe because I was just hoping. I was hoping for like a big finish. She might have gotten her big finish, but the book didn't. And then another book that was, I ended up giving this 3 stars, but I think, you know, upon reflection, it's gonna be a 2 stars because there really just wasn't anything happening. That is Devourer of Men by Nikki St. Croix. This is this Lost Boys, Vicious Lost Boys, something like that, series. The series ended a while ago, but then Nikki St. Croix wrote this book, which is Devourer of Men. It's a male, female book with Captain Hook, the crocodile, and then Wendy Darling. Rock, or the crocodile, he's the best part of this book. I love his arrogant, charismatic nature to him. He is just like domineering in anything he does. However, nothing happened. Nothing happened in this book. That's it. I only liked him. He's my favorite character too, so I was really hoping to like this book, but it was just a nothing book to me. I just wanted something else to happen. And I did really like the kind of playing cat and mouse a little bit with Captain Hook and the crocodile, but it was too short of a book. There just wasn't enough of a plot. And why was Wendy even there? To be honest, why was she even there? She didn't matter. Another book that honestly, I don't know if it's the worst book that I read this year, but I was disappointed in it. I was super disappointed in it. And this is I Was a Teenage Slasher. This is by Stephen Graham Jones. This is incredibly out of my comfort zone. It's a totally different genre than I absolutely read. And I know this author tends to be a little bit more introspective in what he does. I know Steph and Jenny really like this author. I think we're all mixed on our opinions on this book. What I liked about this book just wasn't enough in it. Again, you have a guy who is retelling or recollecting his time as a teenage slasher, and you have like I was so confused in some parts of this book because it felt like things were just jumping around way too much that I could not keep up with it. He would talk about one thing and then he would go on to the next, and it was all the same thought moments. It's like, what the hell is going on? However, when we got to the actual like slasher moments, the like kind of supernatural moments, that was the cool part of the book for me. I really like that. Again, I think this just reminds me that I'm a very much action forward plot type of reader and not so much a character driven, introspective, super analytical reader. I need something going on. I need it to always be going on. And while you can have moments where characters are trying to dig deep in themselves to find out themselves, I don't want that to be chapters upon chapters upon chapters. Okay, I just don't. So it's like, this was a strange one for me because half of this book was the worst book ever, and the other half was cool as hell. Like, it's just one of those that kind of falls in the middle. So I don't know. I'm still putting it on the worst books of the year because I think I expected way more. I expected me to like this way more, and I just didn't. None of the books that I've talked about, however, hold a candle. Hold a candle to the absolute worst book of the year for me. It is the Halloween Blumpkin book. I have a vlog about this book. I've talked about this book again before. It is literally the worst book I have ever read. It's about a very horny guy. Okay, it's about a very horny guy. He's got kind of like a Nosferatu type character screaming at him randomly. You know, random crazy people on the street, and you're just like, what are you yelling about? That's that guy that's yelling at him. He goes to a carnival. He starts getting teased by these girls or whatever like that. And then he eats too much terrible food, and he finds himself on the toilet in a very precarious situation. This book is literal shit. The cover says it all, really. There's a lot of poop in it. A lot of poop in it. It's really gross out. I think it's supposed to be funny, but here's the thing about it. Not only is the poop part of this book gross, but the guy is just gross. He says things like, look at this fat dude giving me his tickets, and then the horny girls or the slutty girls at Halloween are in front of me, and he stares at them like a creep, and bleh, like the guy is just misogynistic and gross the whole time. And then he has a really gross erotic moment on the toilet while he is having explosive diarrhea, and it is the absolute most disgusting thing I've ever read. Technically I did DNF this because I kind of skipped a lot of that last part where he's pooping because I was grossed out. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to gross me out, okay? I am a mother of two. I have pets. There's a lot of gross things in this household. But this book grossed me out, okay? To this day, this book has a 1-star review on Goodreads. You know why? Because I'm the only idiot who read it. That 1-star review is from me. So, what did I read? Why did I read this? I like weird books. I do. And weird romance is my thing. This is not a romance. It's definitely an erotic horror. It's one you definitely should absolutely never read. So that's it. Those are the worst books that I read this year. Let me know what book was the absolute worst book you read this year in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time with the next end of the year video.